Hello, we are live in Thrive After Teaching. I interview teachers with businesses, but today I have Tiffanie, who does have businesses. Is that right, Tiffanie?
Yes, I have
But
businesses in progress, business ideas, also.
yeah, and this today is I'm quite excited about today talking to you because we're not established yet. Now, people might view me as a huge success. I had this lovely Facebook group and I help teachers all the time in exploring what to do after teaching. But I am still on my personal journey about leaving teaching. And we are here today to say it's not easy, is it? It is
Not
not
at all,
easy. There's
no.
lots of elements that I was going to say, I feel like my brain is messed up from teaching a little bit, which can really hinder our progress. It's not easy leaving teaching. There's no one given pathway that everybody's going to succeed at because we are so individual. We are all individual. We all have our own things we want to do, and we have our own skills and our own passions. So Tiffanie, tell us a little bit about where you are in your journey after leaving teaching. Actually, can I jump before that? What did you used to teach? I always ask people this.
Okay, primary. So
Primary
primary
school.
and early years, yes.
Okay, cool.
And I was a international school teacher most of my career, so in various countries across the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting to be
Yeah.
like traveling around all the time teaching. Fantastic. So, where are you in your journey after teaching?
Okay. Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to actually. Thank you for having me, first of all. But one of the reasons I wanted to come on here, I think, was if there's people out there who were like me, who are still like I am still, that just think, what am I going to do? So I left teaching in August last year, just a kind of combination of circumstances. I'd done a 3-year contract in Beijing. I'd been moving towards getting out of teaching for a while. I can tell you about those steps a bit later, but and then my husband got promoted to be a principal, and that was the right moment where I was like, okay, we didn't expect that to happen. That was last minute, so I haven't got a job right now, so I'm going to use this time. But I see a lot of teachers, and great for them. I think it's lovely that they're very clear that they want to do something around teaching. But one of the things that I felt teaching had done over the years had restricted my creative soul. There was another whole dimension to me, and I didn't want to stick with anything to do with teaching. I didn't want to do coaching or any of those things, which left me sat there going, well, what am I going to do? And that's fine. If there are people out there, I've gone. Now I'm the opposite. I was just saying to you earlier, Zoe, when we were having a little chat, that I probably have, I don't know, plus 50 courses. I have so much inspiration. I went from being someone who sat there and thought, I haven't got a clue, to way too much, and having signed up to way too much. So, I'm here really just to tell people it's okay. You will eventually get an idea. You just need to start your research, to start looking, following your ideas. I used to do that all the time. My early days were just like, okay, here's my mad moment. If there were no barriers to anything, I think I'd like to do this. And I'd look at it on the internet, and then that web page would make me think, there's something on there. And I just keep following and filing and following and following and just generating ideas. And eventually, you start to get some, because as teachers, I think we've got a very narrow view of the world, really. And there's so many jobs out there, and there's so many things. I didn't even know half of them existed. And to this day, I'll be on websites and I'll think, what is that exactly? What you do? And I'll read things. So just to say where I am exactly right now, I have a jewelry shop that I opened as a drop shipping
online store.
Online store. This is one from me.
Oh, very nice.
And I have, with Shopify as well, I have a half-started shop that's going to be home decor, but I had a bit of a crisis of that and put that to one side for a while. What else? I am also interested in Kindle publishing. What was that word? Styling. I've got styling for things that I'm interested in. Subscription boxes. I have many. I'm not very conventional because I feel like I lived such a narrowed down life for so long. I now want to do several things. And I
Yeah.
think I have taken on too much at this point, and I've only just got going, and there's many
Mhm.
more things to learn. But I will definitely be somebody that has a few ventures rather
Yeah.
than one.
Yeah. I actually feel very similar to that as well. And people say you don't try and do too much.
Yeah.
And I think having a lot of income streams is very wise. I don't know if you've done any training in that.
No.
So having lots of different income streams, if you are doing business online, is a fantastic way of, generating an income instead of it just coming from one,
Yeah.
say just your jewelry store, but actually thinking about what the other things that you like doing and your passions. Yeah, that's really interesting. I've started, obviously I have Thrive After Teaching, and it is a lovely Facebook group, but there's an element. So I went down the live coaching course, and I found I loved all the tech. So I loved putting my website together. So when I was doing my live coaching, that was it. I'm going to do my live coaching certification. But at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I could be a website designer because I love putting my website together. And this past month, guess what? I have signed up to another course, and I am just going through the motions of learning web design. But it's almost like consolidating what I know with a few, little golden nuggets I didn't know, and it's almost just clarifying my knowledge, really. So yeah, that's my new avenue in life. But I have been on this journey too. I did a social media service provider management type course, got certified in social media. I thought I could found that job I can do at home. I've got children, I need to do school run, I can work on my computer, and yeah, so social media was one of the things. Course creation with Lisa Johnson, the One Too Many course. That was my next thing I did, and I like it. So I've done all these things just like you, and it's, you have to find your passion, haven't you?
I think it's really important. I mean, I'm not. I was talking with you earlier, for anybody that's listening. I am not as good as you. I'm very good at collecting courses in terms of applying myself. I know this is my business. To me, it's like shopping. When I see a new course, I'm like, whoa! And then, but I do have a rough order in my head now. It took a while. My circumstances have changed over the last couple of months. Change of country. I'm not with my husband right now. I can't get back to him, and I've gone a little bit adrift. But the things are always still sifting in my head, and I think I probably took on too many courses, but there was a lot of interesting stuff. And what you said about igniting your passion, it's really, really important. So, you can, I've got courses from all sorts of places, and probably places that people didn't even know about. Some of the like Skillshare, but Udemy, some of them are $5.99, and some of them are a couple of hundred, and some are with big names, some are from healthy websites like Daily Om. I don't know if you know Daily Om. They have some great courses there for they actually let you donate, but roughly about £10, and it's things like what's holding you back, a year of lessons of things like that, or it can be meditation or anything like that. And I think, once you start, don't worry about you sat there with a blank page. Just start looking around on the internet, and trust me, it will grow. And then if you're anything like me, it will become a monster of too many courses and things that you have to rein in. But and I think some of the things teaching left me with a lot of limitations, I think, or a lot of thinking and thoughts. So I always see things. I definitely underestimated time for things, because you're used to being a teacher and you're like, you've got this 1 hour and you're going to do this and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And it doesn't work like that when you have a business at all. Getting things done and the time in the day. If teaching days went as quickly as days when I'm trying to do things productively in my business, it would have been a doddle, because it's literally gone like that. And you think, oh,
it's gone.
Yeah, and that's
What have I
teach
done today? Oh, I don't know.
approach things. And I also thought I'd be up and running and making lots of lovely money. Not that that was my priority, but obviously you have to put food on the table as well. And I thought I would be doing that in no time at all. But actually, the journey is a lot longer and it
It's a
evolves.
lot longer.
And I also don't have as much passion for some things I thought I had passion for that I wanted to do as other things that have now surfaced in the
Okay.
exploration. So I'm not as in love with my online shops as I thought I would be, and I'm more on to travel blogging and styling and things like that. Not that I don't like my shops, but just I've learned things. You learn things about yourself as you go along.
You do, because you learn things online that are possible. So I too, I love the whole pouring my thoughts out onto the computer, a piece of paper, the computer these days. And I never considered myself, when I was a teacher, a writer. But to write emails and to write a blog, I quite enjoy doing. And
as a teacher,
yeah, and I think the writing as a teacher was very much you have to do it. It wasn't my choice to write school reports, for example. It was part of the job. So it wasn't necessarily an enjoyment of writing, but I know I have the skills to write. But once you start writing about things you enjoy writing about, you get very motivated, and I don't want to stop. But I had no idea I was like that until I learned online business, and I had my email list, and I have a blog that's actually not visible at the moment, but it is there. Yeah, and you learn so much once you're on that pathway of being online.
totally.
And you learn things you don't know that, like, while you're teaching, you didn't even know existed. And yeah, and it's amazing. I find it thrilling, really. Like, what else am I going to find along the way that I could be doing? My next thing I really want to do is have a podcast as well, which I'm very excited about. But I haven't even, that's a long way away. But there was just so, I mentioned about a year ago, so I was doing a bit of supply teaching to a friend. And I want to do a podcast. And she just looked at me as I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, Zoe.
Do a podcast. I've been thinking about that in the future as well, and I agree with you. It is thrilling. Opportunity is thrilling, which is why I went crazy and have my getting up towards 100 courses. Course junkie, but it is thrilling, and it's just the first few days can be overwhelming and blank. But if you just don't beat yourself up about that. Just write your fantasy lists, write your what would I do if I wasn't lacking in confidence, or didn't think I had the skills, and just start from there. And honestly, it rapidly grows, and there's the next phase. So I think you go from blank page to lots of ideas, taking on lots of things, which for me, I think I overspent. That was one of my big. So I probably would warn people, just take a little bit of time before you buy something, because definitely made some big costly errors with some of those things. But no regrets. It is part of the journey. And then there's probably the stage I'm at now where, having gone, no, I don't get overwhelmed. No, I won't be overwhelmed. I know exactly what I'm doing. And all of those things that people told you, and you thought, I don't know why they're telling me these things. I know myself, I'm not going to be that person. Yeah, no, totally am. And then there's things to think about the next stage. Like, I spent all my energies opening this first shop and never thought about publicity and marketing and all of those things.
Well, that's it, isn't it? We have these ideas, but you need to know how to get visible. You need to know how to people to see you online and to create that audience. I have a Shopify store which is not open. I'm paying every month for a shop that's not open.
Me too.
Useful, but again, it's got no audience, so the shop doesn't work.
That's the same as my drop shipping one. It's
Yeah.
got no audience. So, honestly, I don't even check to see if I have any sales anymore because I know I'm not doing the marketing. And in
Yeah.
this world now, if you're not doing really active
Marketing. Yeah,
work,
you need to be on social media, don't you?
yeah,
You
so
need
that's
to
a
know your
big
stuff.
project
Yeah.
for me, and the tech skills are a big project. So I'm going to be focusing now. And for a while, I beat myself up that I should have sales. I should have both shops fully open. I should be doing this, but now it's part of the journey. I now need to learn the next stuff. You guys know that I've been publishing Selena Sue because that was part of my journey as well, which I want to share with people. But just, I know this is the greatest publicist. Lisa Johnson was her.
Yes. Yeah.
Did her campaign as well before Lisa Johnson does her own. And I just thought, well, okay, throw myself in and learn from that and share with other people at the same time. So that's what I've been doing in the last few weeks. And that's another phase. And I'll have this middle phase, I think, of really skilling up for a while. And then I'll probably have another phase where I'm trying to draw it all back together again. And it's very this. And I think if you're someone that thinks you don't have all the answers, don't worry about that. Somebody's got an answer for anything you don't know on the internet.
You can find it out, can't you, quite easily on the internet. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry about what you don't know. Somebody always does know.
Somebody. Yeah.
You don't know you are ahead. My advice would be just to double the amount of time you think you'll need to do things, and half the amount of money that you're paying out to skill up, because you will need
you need to focus, don't you, when you skill, when you decide what you're going to invest in to learn, do the learning, even if you think you know it. Like I went on one too many, and as I said, I've already got social media management, so I knew some of it, but I still sat through it and I still learned new things. But you need to be focused, and whatever you sign up for, you got 100% focus. Because I have courses which are big money, and I also have the little courses which I haven't followed through because I do feel it's because the payment was smaller. So I'm even though it's a really good course, but so I was working on a diploma for online business, but because the price was a lot smaller, I was less focused on it. So I'm saying
I have a course that cost me, I mean, I don't mind telling you, actually, it was a few thousand. That was one of my early mistakes. And I realized that I just don't gel with the vibe from that whole community and that course provider. And honestly, one of my biggest regrets, it always sits in my head because it's still there and I still haven't done anything. And they wouldn't give me a refund, which was really not kind, because you should, cooling off.
They're expensive, aren't they? These courses are expensive. They are, on average. I mean, the big courses I've looked at are all £2,000 plus. So I've launched a course. I didn't launch it terribly well, I'll be honest. I got very fearful of visibility suddenly, but it was a really low cost course, and it's like exit plan creation, but it's low because I know how it feels to look at a course and go, I really want to do that, but it's £2,000.
I know.
I've had advice from people, and they're saying, Zoe, that's far too much. That's far too low. That is not enough. It needs to be at least £500 for what you're offering. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Not.
You said it yourself. When it is lower, you disrespect it. You think it's not worthy.
Yeah.
Strange that we have. I think if you're starting out, some of the best things is look at the ones that do a breakdown per month that are manageable for you.
Definitely.
Really like one of the big guys, but also I invested several thousand in that one course, which I haven't touched because I just didn't like the rhetoric. I didn't like the way that people spoke, none of it. But I jumped in too soon because I didn't get to know good names like now
doing it.
Lisa Johnson, you hear Selena Sue, Ingy Hunter. You start to.
I like her.
So just take a bit of time to get to know
the person. And follow them on Instagram is a perfect way, isn't it?
Yeah, and your person might not be my person, because who
Exactly.
appeals to you might not
Mm.
be who appeals to me. But I would just, that's where I would just say to people, just be a
Yeah.
little cautious. Sign up for the free stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Some of the
that
free stuff.
yeah,
Fantastic. Lisa Johnson, one too many. That's
yeah,
happening in a couple of weeks, and that's
yeah.
free.
Yeah, and my Selena, that's why I put it there. Her workshop, her calendar, it's free. Yes, of course, you know, I'm a partner for her. So if you ultimately buy her Impacting Millions course, I will
Mm.
get something from you having done that. But for me personally, I've done this the other way round, and you go as far in the journey as you want to go, signing
Yeah.
up for workshops. Of course, it's all, you know, people give you the workshops because they want you to buy from them ultimately, but that's not necessarily a
Mm.
bad thing. You might
I
just
think people,
the person that really resonates for you and who
yeah.
really you on your journey, or
Mm.
take the free workshop, and if it's not for you, okay, you know, but you probably get something from any workshop that
Mm.
you do, that you sign up for. There's always something to learn. And when you're starting out, yeah, feel your way around, follow a few people, join their workshops or their newsletters or any of that, and just,
Mm.
you know, start to sift
Get to
through
know
it.
them. Do you know, sort of sieving through it. I've been sieving through my inbox as well, because I sign up for so many freebies.
Oh,
So,
my inbox is a
yeah,
monster.
yeah, that's the other thing, you need to slim down your inbox
Yeah,
once you get online.
yeah, it
Oh,
can
thank you,
really
Tiffany,
quickly
for coming
spiral.
in.
I
Yeah.
do. We brought one book just to try and be a little bit more concrete and helpful from people. This is something that my
Oh,
my extended family, let's say it that way, they listened to me jibbing, I think, a little bit. And one of them was really techie, and he obviously thought, right, she needs this. So I've only really started it, but it might be, I would have liked to have had more books before I got into things, because now I find I've got all these
mm.
books. I want to read them, but there's so little time once.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, I think this is fairly good. No affiliate links here, by the way. Anybody who's
You just like it.
yeah, this is From Nothing, it's called, and it is
Ah,
a description, everything you need to profit from affiliate marketing, internet marketing, blogging, e-commerce, and more, starting with less than $100.
oh, wow.
I think
Perfect.
my first, you know, little bit into it, I'm thinking this is quite good, and maybe somebody who's not started, maybe this is a good start
That's a good start.
in your journey. Yeah, so I hope that might be useful.
Oh, thank you. Tiffany, where can people find you? Are you on Instagram? Do you have like your shop? You talked about your shop. Can we find your shop
My
somewhere?
group is called Selfishly Mine.
Uh-huh.
I have a group on Facebook that, I'll be honest, I'm not attending to, but if some of you want to come and join me,
Go
that
in
will inspire me. So that's also called Selfishly Mine. I'm also House Liquidity, which is my other shop, which I haven't got up and running, but I do have the Facebook, the Insta, and everything else for that. But if we say
there.
Selfishly Mine, or you can just connect with me because I'm in your group and I post,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy. I need friends. I'm happy to have more.
I'll meet you for a coffee one day. We were going to
We didn't we? So
do that. We're
yeah,
quite lucky to do it.
and of course, if anybody, I do, if you don't mind me, I don't like shameless plugs. So if I can just jump in a minute with this,
What you got there?
Selena stuff. I really believe this is really helpful to people who are starting out with that whole
Okay.
social media thing. So yeah, I'm an affiliate, but because I believe in it and because I'm learning
Yeah,
from
I know. And it's quite,
yeah.
when someone says they're affiliate, I mean, when I left, I didn't even know what that meant. That basically means you believe in a product,
Yeah,
that person gives you the link, and then you get a little bonus if somebody
yeah,
else signs up for it, doesn't it? But a lot of people with affiliate links, you know, like yourself, I do believe they believe in the product and they have gone through the course themselves and they have got a lot out of it.
I wouldn't do it
So
if
don't
I
worry.
didn't believe it. So if anybody just wants to ask me some more about that or anything, I think it's clear from my chat with you today that I'm definitely at the early stage and still very much spinning lots of plates and trying to
Yeah.
control my mind and work out all my different directions. And if anybody really resonates with that and they want to message me, I'm really, really happy to chat.
Oh, thank you.
Taking away from your coaching, of course. And by the way, that was the very first thing that I ever did for myself, was sign up with a coach. And that was really
Really?
good to sort
Yeah.
values and things like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest coach, but there were some things that I took away from it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going back a few years, but the value thing, the trying to get your what do you want out of life out of you. That's a good place to start. So
it really is. Yeah, and I've had a coach as well, and absolutely hugely beneficial. Things come out I didn't even know were happening to me until I had conversations, and how teaching has affected the way my thoughts are, and how I progressed or not progressed because of my teaching profession, which is another conversation.
another
day. Oh, thank you very much for coming in today, Tiffanie.
Talking to you, and
Put any links inside the Facebook group underneath this interview, and people can find you.
Okay.
Your shop.
Okay. Thank you ever so much.
All
Lovely
right. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.